It's amazing what the average human in the UK at the moment will be offended over. They'll be offended over what they're told to be offended over because they can't critically think for themselves. The latest bullshit at the moment is Ukraine. Before that, it was the Wu flu, and before that, it was Afghanistan, and before that, well, you can get the idea. Now, at the moment, they're incensed about the injustice and the war over in Ukraine, though they know nothing about the back history of the place, what's going on, who's in charge, what's been going on in the past, or also who's actually in the place. I mean, for a bunch or a group of individuals that were telling us that we should all be locked down because of some fucking disease that was going to kill us all, which incidentally didn't kill us all, although the vaccine's not very good for us, but hey, we won't talk about that. And now that's all gone quiet, by the way. For a group of individual people that would usually say they don't believe in guns or borders, they're now absolutely going mental over Ukraine's borders and telling people that they should go there and fight for Ukraine. What are you fighting for exactly? Do you know that in Ukraine at the moment there's been numerous illegal laboratories that have been funded by the likes of the Americans, etc., who've been dealing with nasty little viruses and chemical warfare that, should it get out, could actually potentially kill the entire planet, but you probably didn't know about that. The other one you didn't know about is the fact that they have a Nazi fucking fueled military wing. No, you probably didn't know about that. They're all over the place. They love it. These are the people at the moment that are causing all sorts of atrocities over there. But hey-ho, that's all right, because they've actually got people from the Jewish state, what should I call it? Fuck me, it'll come to me in a minute. I'm having one of those moments now. That have gone over there to fight with those Nazis. I mean, have you ever heard of anything so unbelievable in all your life? But no. The other thing is there was supposed to be this big gap between sort of Western Europe and Russia. It was always agreed, right? But no, NATO had to move itself in there ever closer, putting their nuclear weapons closer and closer. Now, the leader of the Ukraine at the moment is a globalist. Some of you may or may not know that, and that might not matter to many of you because a lot of you that are watching this might not have a fucking clue about what globalism is and how it actually directly affects you. Well, let me tell you, globalism is the one that's putting 20% on your fuel bills at the moment to go towards green taxes. Where does that go? All right, globalism is the one that's hoiking up your fuel prices. Globalism is the one that's starting wars all over the world, I should say, just to further its goals. Globalism is the one that wants to collapse your economy so that it can have a one world government. A one world government where also you have to go through a process where you have to be a good citizen, otherwise you're going to have everything taken away from you. But you probably didn't know about that either. If you're not sure about that, have a look at Klaus Schwab. Incidentally, Klaus Schwab's on the side of Ukraine, but he would be, wouldn't he? You probably were aware, or maybe you might not be aware, that the UN, not the UN, the UN's are in the middle of this, by the way, but wherever the UN goes also there's bloodshed, misery, turmoil and evil atrocities, but everybody thinks the UN's a good thing. No. The EU have been pushing for a European army for ages, and this is the meat and potatoes they wanted to get into at the moment. However, the unlucky thing with that is, at the moment, Russia supplies most of Europe with its gas and its coal. So all of these people that wanted to go to war somewhere to prove the worth of the European army will actually do fuck all. Otherwise they get all the taps turned off. And if we're not careful over in England, we'll get the taps turned off. At the moment, a huge amount of our gas comes from Russia. And the gas is that turns the, basically, we get our power from gas. So, unfortunately, if he turns the gas off to us, we're fucked. That is, the lights go out and also the heating goes off, etc, etc. So that's going to be a nightmare. But at the moment there's so many lefty woke wankers that are going to be sending over, I don't know, clothes, etc, and they want to make a big scene of it, and they want to put the flag up and they want to do everything else, and they look like a bunch of cunts, just like they did with the Wu flu. But they'll carry on, and they'll hate people like me for pointing out the obvious, that they're actually a bunch of woke-tard fucks that are following the latest craze, trying to look good in front of all their mates when they know fuck all about the situation. But hey-ho, there it is. Anyway, I'm going to get on with my day and try not to get too angry about these fucking idiots. However, as they wake up, they'll realise that they've made a mistake, or maybe they won't. Either way, fuck them. You're all a bunch of idiots that support this Ukrainian shit. Both sides are fucked. And by the way, don't think I'm a massive Putin supporter. I'm not. But if you had everything coming towards you and all these weapons coming at you, and you had, oh, incidentally, yeah, that was it, the genocide against the Russian people. Since 2014, they've been slaughtering Russian people over there, but nobody bats an eyelid about that because, hey, they're Russians, aren't they? And nobody likes Russians because Russians are bad. So there it is. If you support this Ukrainian shit, then you're a cunt, all right? And if you are, incidentally, you're on my Facebook list, get fucked. Because you're a brainless fuck that's following the latest craze, trying to look good in front of your friends, and you're a fucking idiot, and I don't want to be friends with you. It's that simple. I'm going to get a lot of stick for this, I hope, because that will also point out the fucking brain-dead idiots that don't do any research for themselves. Now, a lot of you people will think, oh, well, I'm an accountant, or I'm a dentist, or I'm a doctor, or I'm this. Do you know what you've done? You've proved to me that you can follow instructions and repeat them. That's all that is. An intelligent person is somebody that takes up the information from both sides and forms a critical thought on that, given the best evidence they can. What you're actually doing is just following somebody else's narrative and splurting out for yourself. That irritates me. That irritates me a lot. That's part of the reason why I've pulled back. Because I don't want to have a massive amount to do with this, because this is just another drummed up war to cause division. But some of you cunts out there are as thick as fuck. You really are. Anyway, I'm going to go back to my day because I had some bloke lurking at the door there. Fuck knows what he wanted. And he was gormlessly looking up to me and I had to ignore him. But there it is. I'm going to go on about my day. No, I haven't died. At the moment, I'm taking a break normally. I'm on a diet and I'm sorting out myself and doing things for me because I've done 5 years of this shit. And where has it got me? Fucking nowhere. There it is. See you in a bit.